All right, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you for listening to this episode. What can I say? Let me start by introducing myself. I'm your co-host, El Oso.
You got Big Chewy over here.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Brandon.
All right. Popeye's MIA right now.
No.
It's all good though. We'll try to bring him. Well, hopefully he'll be here soon enough. But how's everybody doing?
Good. Holidays were nice.
Yeah. So yeah. Happy Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's. You know, hope everybody had a good time.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Too much work and not enough family time.
That's
if you
right.
ask me.
You know, one of the reasons we've been spacing out these episodes a lot right now recently, basically, it's just work.
Yeah.
It's just work. I'm gonna blame it on the holidays. Blame it on family time.
Well, hey, you can't forget the weather.
And the weather. Holy crap! I mean, what can I say? We live up in the northern Nevada area.
Yeah.
We're not used to having this amount of snowfall at once.
Yeah, not.
You know, and it's very bad. I can't even move my car out of my parking spot right now.
Well,
but
it doesn't help that there's a lot of people that think they're really good drivers, and then we see
shit.
See how that turns out.
Go down a few boulevards, a few streets in town. They're all like on the sides of the road, stuck in the snow because you know they spun out. I'm like, dude, you got to slow down. You need to slow down. But yeah. So yeah, everybody's been doing good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, spent some good time with the family. Like I said, work's been good. Too good if you ask me, though.
Yeah. That OT, bro.
Yeah, but
it's like me in the summertime. Don't have time for nothing.
Yeah, but hopefully it lightens up and we get these in more regularly, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Because, I mean, we're trying to do this weekly at the most every other week. But right now it's been it's been
tough.
It's been a while. It's been a while that we haven't actually done a few episodes back to back. You know, we got to do that.
Yeah,
especially for especially everybody that listens to us. We don't mean to do that, but it's just, you know, just life gets in the way, bro. This is basically like our hobby right now.
Yeah.
You know, we're into it, we like it, so we try to do it as much as possible. But then again, you know, we all have full-time jobs that, I mean, hey, what can we do? Yeah. We got bills to pay. Believe me, once we get this going, or I mean, get more how do you say it, followers, I guess?
Yes.
More people to download the episodes.
More publicity.
Yeah, we'll be able to do this without no issues because I mean we're getting paid, you know.
Yeah, start sharing and liking, please.
Yeah, and by the way, now that I mentioned about getting paid, I'm about to set up a Patreon app link in our episodes. So you know, if you go through, once I have it on there, you know, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. It wouldn't hurt our feelings if you go through it and hey, you know, do what you can. You know, what the hell? What can I say? But anyways, let's see. What are we going to talk about today? I mean, there was something I wanted to touch bases in because over the holidays or these past few months, I've been watching the news. I mean, I'm actually into, in particular, I watched the news about concerning bouncers and security guards and all that. Mm-hmm. And, you know, well, I wanted to talk about what's the line that we cannot cross, what's too much and what's enough in ways of like trying to, like if you're in the club and you're trying to keep the peace, make people okay. Our main priority in the club is for us to be making sure everybody's having a good time.
Yeah.
Everybody's having a blast. Everybody's drinking. That's what we want to see. Girls having a good time, guys, and couples and all that. But we're there for like, how can I say this? Like, in case somebody gets rowdy, somebody all of a sudden can't handle their liquor.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they think they're Al Capone or something.
Yeah.
Or what's his name? Oh, I can't figure that out. Right? Anyways.
Well, you talking about like Tony Montana where he does them out in the coke or?
There you go. Something like that. Yeah.
Just take on the whole world.
He thinks he could just handle everything, And no, I mean, come on. I mean, that's the last thing we want to do. The last thing we want to do is have to work. Like, basically.
I'm pretty sure we've mentioned that before. It's not, we don't necessarily go to the job expecting or just hoping that somebody gets out of line. That's never the mentality.
We're there hanging out, talking, enjoying the views that's in there and everything, saying hi to the girls. Why not? Come on.
Hey, you got to realize some of us don't go out. We don't go out. So
exactly.
We will literally sit there and like sometimes, like, I don't know about you guys, but me personally, like it makes me not really laugh in a bad way, but like it kind of puts me in a good mood to see other people having a good time.
Yeah. Exactly. See, like what I did this for over 20 years, man. My life was the club. My weekends, I was so excited for the weekend to come in because I wanted to be there. I wanted to work. I wanted to enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy the music, all of that. That was my goal. That was my thing. I loved it. I'm not gonna say no, but yeah, I mean, once in a while, like I was saying, you ran into this certain people that are rowdy. Start picking fights for no reason just because, I don't know.
It's the ego thing, It's always an ego trip.
Yeah, because, I mean, you're with a bunch of guys, you go in a group, all of a sudden, oh, look, they in a group, they're more like in a way of, trying to prove a point, trying to show off to their friends that, I could beat up anybody or blah, 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 or look at that guy. He was looking at you. One of them start instigating the other guy. And they're like, oh, man, that dude was looking at you like mean mugging you. What the fuck? Yeah. It's like, nah. And anyways, once anything like that starts happening, we need to be there trying to figure out what's going on. If they get rowdy and start throwing or start being aggressive towards other people, we're there. That's what the bouncer's for, trying to keep everybody in order. And if they're either too drunk or whatever, we gotta take them out. Some of these patrons are too rowdy, even with us.
Yeah, there's times where you just no amount of talking down or not, and like when I say talking down, I mean trying to de-escalate the situation. Sometimes it just doesn't matter what you say; it's just not going to get through to them.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, what I want to know is, because nowadays, I mean, I'm happy. I thank God, basically, that social media wasn't that around that much, like it is now.
Yeah.
Because basically, you can't even do nothing without somebody posting it up online.
Because everybody's so sensitive now.
Yeah, I mean, we just try to neutralize the situation as the best way possible.
But if you always watch videos, you always see it at the wrong moment. Like, they don't record the whole thing.
Yeah,
they'll
exactly.
cut it, and then they'll start where we're being the aggressor.
Yeah.
But you didn't see what happened prior to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that guy might have slapped somebody, might have thrown the bottle or something. And, I mean, it's like, nah. I mean, that's what we are there for. Trying to prevent. I sometimes believe, and I mean, it takes somebody to. I mean, those bouncers are a very, very big, important people in a club. You can make it or break it,
Oh yeah,
you know,
I believe that too.
the whole club could fucking go down so quick because of a lawsuit, or somebody could get hurt. I mean, somebody gets stabbed in there. I've heard people get shot across the country. You know, no matter where you're at, there's some idiots that actually think that they need a gun to go into the club with, and to do so much stupid stuff in there. That's the biggest mistake you could do. If you're ever in trouble inside a club, get a bouncer, get somebody else to help you out. You know, don't ever try to take care of your shit alone, because you're there to have a good time, not to go to jail or prison afterwards. You know, but yeah, like I was saying, I mean, what is too much like force? I mean, over the years, I've been told, all right, whatever happens, you like if somebody's very aggressive and you need to take them out, you know, you got to ask first. You know, hey, dude, time's up. You're done for the night. You're drinking too much and you're getting aggressive or you're getting rowdy, whatever.
You gotta go,
and you're bothering everybody else. You gotta go. That's the first thing I always did, bro. You gotta go. But I mean, some of these guys, all of a sudden, depending on their past, I guess, or they're just how drunk they are, they automatically assume that we were picking on them.
Yeah, it's personal.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I'm here. I'm just doing a job, bro. That's all I'm doing. There's nothing personal. I don't even know you, man.
Now, also, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
In your 20 plus years that you've been a bouncer, do you feel like you have ever been too aggressive?
Inside a club, no.
No?
I've always
like you personally think that you've never been too aggressive.
Jeez, bro. I mean, I need to think about it very hard. No, but I would say no right away. Because I've never been the kind of bouncer that would just cause or like you said, or like I don't know,
like instigator.
Yeah,
or
I'm not praying for a fight. If I could just beat the shit out of somebody and kick them out, no, that has never ever crossed my mind while I've been working as a bouncer.
And I was trying to think of a scenario, and the only thing I could think of where it was like I thought someone was being too excessive was when me and Chewy had a dude on the ground, and this was when a big fight popped off, and fucking Napoleon kicked him in the face right after.
Oh, yeah.
I think we talked about this.
We talked about it, but that's the only thing that I could think of where someone was more excessive.
At our place, yeah. Like, he was the only one that ever went like that, to that extent, where it was like, holy shit.
I mean, like, most of the time when people were flailing, like, you had to, you know, use a little bit more of a means to calm them the fuck down.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people don't like that, you know, like we've seen videos where like, oh, you know, I think that's too much, or bouncers shouldn't be touching people. But honestly, it's just like,
I mean, if you gotta use that type of force, because he's being like, he's everywhere, kicking or punching. It's like you gotta control this guy before he gets hurt.
I know, but honestly, how much of why would you need any kind of security or a bouncer at a club if there's no contact security?
Yeah.
Like, why?
Well,
why even have it?
A lot of people feel like the presence alone is enough of a deterrent to.
But it's not.
We know this because we've been there.
Yeah,
but a lot of like people are just, I don't know why they have that in their mindset, but just having a couple of guys around, just standing there, even if they're no contact, they think it's gonna stop somebody from, or at least make somebody think twice before they go into it.
And you're right, though, but I've seen where, I mean, we come late to a situation and no one helped stop a fight. No pedestrian was like, you know, I'm going to be a good person and help break this up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the people think that, like, we shouldn't be no contact or there shouldn't be so much force used, but they didn't go in there and stop that, what was going on.
And I feel like those are the kinds of people that get into shit on their own. And that's why they're
the same people that do the same dumb shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's annoying, man.
See, because, I mean, I remember this one time at band camp?
At band camp?
we were, like, you know, this is a second club I worked at where we had somebody, this, you know, medium build, you know, guy that went inside. He was like calm, collect, but
And was this a bouncer or?
He was just a patron.
Oh,
Just a patron that we let in. You know, he wanted to go have a good time. You know.
Okay.
But the thing is, he didn't look drunk. So I'm like, all right, go on, because you know that's another thing we got to check up on the door. If they're too intoxicated, we're not gonna let them in.
Yeah.
You know, if they're stumbling over themselves, you know, you got to go home.
Yeah, and
The slurring speech is always my favorite.
yeah, you know,
I'm good. Nah, dude, just keep walking.
or the classic one where they're like, oh, I'm gonna call the boss. I'm gonna call your boss because I know him, and all of a sudden he holds up like I don't know, like I saw one guy hold up a camera. Not we're talking about years ago. There was no phone. There was no cameras in the phones.
Yeah.
So he actually had a 35 millimeter camera, using that as a phone, talking to it. I'm like, dude, and you're telling me you're sober, bro?
Yeah.
It's like, get the hell out of here, man.
Yeah, what?
He's trying to dial on a camera, an actual literally camera, because he wanted to call the boss because he knew him, and it's like, get out of here, man.
Jesus.
But anyways, yeah. So this guy, out of nowhere, he slaps a girl in the butt.
Mm.
You know, just white out smacked her ass. Well, she came over to us and said, "Hey, man, I don't know what problem he has, but he just assaulted me." I'm like, "Oh, well, all right, let's go. Let me go see what's going on." Well, the dude, I told him, "Hey, is there any issues? What's wrong? Are you okay?" Because I mean, I'm trying to approach him in a way like giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
You know, he might be wasted and I didn't even know him. He could hold his liquor down well, but no, he just like looked at me and just smiled. I'm like, dude, well, just with that alone, I'm like, all right, you're out.
You're done.
You gotta go. And he's like, no, I'm gonna stay. I'm like, nah, bro, you assaulted a girl right now, so you gotta go. You don't do that in here.
Yeah.
So basically, I grabbed him by his arms.
The shoulders.
Yeah, by facing away from me, I just grabbed him, picked him up. You know, literally, because he was that small, so I could just pick him up, dry weight, took him out the door, and as soon as I let him down, he fell to the ground.
What?
He fell to the ground saying, "Oh, you hurt me.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, dude, I didn't do anything to you. I just took you out. I just escorted you out because you said you said you didn't want to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And this dude called the ambulance.
What the fuck?
Called the police. Called the ambulance. Made a report. And the cops were like, all right, well, we'll get your report and everything. He left in an ambulance stating that he had dislocated shoulder. That I had dislocated his shoulder because I picked him up from his both arms and put him out. I didn't throw him.
But
I didn't even drag him.
But wouldn't the EMTs know that it wasn't dislocated?
They said he was fine, but he was claiming that he had pain in his shoulder. So
they can't. They have to take him.
The thing is with something like that, and speaking from experience, you can't just disregard somebody's claims. You gotta take it at face value, and if they want to get checked out, they literally have to take them to get checked out. They can't.
Yeah. So yeah,
they can't
like,
just be like, "No, you're good, dude." You're not.
on the off chance that they're not, and they get fucked up even worse, then they could be like liable for a fucking lawsuit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So before he left, before he was gonna go into the ambulance, he told me, I'm gonna own this place.
Yeah.
You know, that's what he said. Clearly, voy a ser dueño de este lugar. I'm like, all right, have a good day. And so they took him away. And even the cops, I remember the cops were telling me, don't worry about it. He doesn't look hurt. He's just, trying to chase an ambulance, trying to do something about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't understand what his end game would be, because even if they go get him checked out, they're obviously
X-rays,
they're gonna be like, there's nothing wrong with this dude.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know.
Had you fucked them up, it'd be a different story.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, dude, you just said no. I'm not gonna leave. I'm like, all right, well, let me help you out here. I'll take you out because you can't be slapping girls' asses in the club.
Yeah.
So
not if it's not warranted.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if they don't want it, like, dude, stop. But or don't do it. Don't do it. You don't even know her, and he's over here trying to slap somebody's ass.
Well, think about it. Even from a normal perspective, you're at the club. You're like, at least for you ladies, you're out there fucking doing your thing, and maybe some of you guys are out there to meet a dude, and you have this dude just comes up randomly smacks your ass. Is that really the kind of dude you want to be looking at? You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man.
Well, amazingly, some girls do, but anyway,
but we all know what kinds of girls those are.
Yeah, and that's a different story. But no, I mean, so yeah, basically, they took him away. Maybe about, I think, 2 weeks later, he showed up again.
Yeah,
he wanted to apologize for what he did.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro, it's too late. And I was drunk and this and that. I'm like, well, you did what you did. No, I can't let you in. I'm not gonna let you in because if you're gonna start,
I would have told him to piss off too.
Yeah, do the same shit.
Yeah, and then I remember, I don't know how much time went by, maybe a month later, he showed up again. But he brought his bills. He brought his hospital bill, his ambulance bill.
You're lying.
He brought everything, saying, "Oh, I need help. I need you to help me to pay this."
Yeah.
I'm like,
he told you specifically.
No, meaning about the club though.
Yeah.
He was talking about management shit like that, the owner and all that. I'm like, take your shit, get out of here. This is all you. You were not hurt. Nothing happened to you. You decided to take it a step up more, and saying that I assaulted you, saying that I dislocated your shoulder, seeing that he was able to move his arms up very, very well that day. He didn't. You could tell right away that he didn't get hurt. But it's like, dude, you chose your path. Now you got to pay for it. It's like, hell no. But yeah, I remember that. But then again, I mean, it's like I could just imagine if somebody had a phone or a camera where they would record me doing that shit. I mean, I was not aggressive. I was not doing anything wrong, but hey, he wanted to take it the next step,
Oh shit! Well, you gotta figure, like, he took that shit up on his own. Yeah, I don't know if you knew this, but like the average ambulance ride is about like $1,200.
Yeah, it's 12 at least.
Yeah. Fuck that, dude. Like, I don't give a shit if I'm like bleeding. If I can make it to the hospital on my own, I'm driving myself.
Yeah, I would drive myself. Fuck the ambulance. Hell no. If I'm coherent, if I could fucking get on the grass and the brake, I'll go myself.
Yeah, and this dude for what? Just because he thought he was gonna get something out of it.
He's gonna get paid out.
See, and now he has that big. Now he has that big ass bill that he has to pay now.
What is like the average ER cost here? Like $500 a visit, if that. I don't know if
without insurance.
Yeah,
you're looking at maybe like $2,500.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah,
that's way too much.
Now, I got something that might, split our viewers in half and how everyone probably perceives it. How do you guys feel about when you had to approach someone that was just being kind of like obnoxious and kind of rude, and the higher up would tell us, "Hey, yo, he got to go," so we kindly have to go up to him, right? "Hey, yo, you got to leave," but the guy's already like, "Don't touch me," right? He's already automatically has told you specifically, "Don't touch me," right?
Okay.
But he doesn't want to leave, so you get up next to him, you leave, right? At what point do you think you gotta start pushing him out the way? I give him like what, like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, or should you give him 2 minutes, 5 minutes? What do you guys think? I give people 10 seconds.
Yeah, I was gonna say minutes.
Well, my approach, it might be a little different than yours, yeah, because I mean, we're big dudes, man. We're not that small. So most of the time it'd be like, hey,
take advantage of your size.
Yeah, most of the time for me, it was like, hey, dude, check this out, man. You're getting too rowdy. You're kind of irritating people around you. I think it's time for you to go. Now, the dude don't want me to put hands on him, and that's what they use most of the time. I don't know if about you guys be like, hey, don't put your hands on me.
Yeah, no, that's what I was asking.
So I didn't. I just used my big body to start walking them towards
a big mass.
Like, hey, don't put your hands on me. I'm not putting hands on you, bro. I'm walking you to the door.
No, I'd always get, "Don't touch me." So honestly, so you know what? I have probably had maybe 100 incidents where this has happened, where they say, "Don't touch me," right? But they don't want to leave. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, okay, then if I'm not gonna touch you, leave. Like, okay, I'm leaving. and then they'll stand there and stare at me.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay.
Because they think that when they tell you I'm leaving, you're just going to walk away and that's going to be the end of that.
Like that.
What I've done, the way I do it, I used to do it, is okay, he has to go. All right, hey man, you know what? I have been informed that you cannot stay here anymore. You cannot be in this club anymore. You know what?
Hey, you're hella polite, bro.
Oh.
I just walk up to it. Hey, you gotta go.
No. I mean, you gotta be once in a while. This is like my normal. But yeah, if I'm fucking tired and I'm like done with the night.
What's the name of that movie with Patrick Swayze where he's the bouncer?
Oh, the Roadhouse.
Is that Roadhouse, right?
Yeah.
Haven't you ever seen that movie, dude?
You know what? If anybody wants to be a bouncer,
Because I mean,
needs to look at that movie.
Exactly. That's my point. Like, you never seen that movie, Brandon?
He did it right though.
Because he like, there's a line in there that always made me laugh. It said, he says, you got to be nice until it's time to not be nice.
Yeah. Oh, bro.
And
you have not seen that?
No, but I'm not being rude. I'm just saying, hey, yo, you gotta go. And they're like, why?
No,
I don't know why. I don't understand. I don't know what you did wrong, but I was told you have to leave. So I am telling you, you have to go.
No, I used to do that line. I've been informed that you are not able to stay here anymore. You got to leave the club.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the difference between that and Brandon's big ass walking up being like, hey, yo, you got to go.
Well,
you know, I mean, yeah, both are communicating the same thing, but this dude just sounds like an asshole.
You think so?
Yeah, you do.
No, but look, but how I approach it is I come up to him because it's loud, right? And I get up to him and I tell him, hey, yo, you got to go, bro.
Bro, and you know I have lungs, man.
Yeah, I know what I'm saying.
I fucking yell if I need to, and they fucking hear me from over the music and everything.
And see, I don't see why you wouldn't take advantage of that, too. Like, if you can't hear where you're at, like, come on, let's step over here. I'll talk to you for a second.
True.
And start walking them towards,
cool.
you know, where you're trying to take them to.
And that's another thing that has worked a lot, too.
Yeah, well, you just like, hey, come on, let's step over here where I can hear you.
You start talking to them, and you can't hear them. Hey, you know what? Let's get over here. Let's come over here.
I think that's only worked for me like 5 times.
Really?
Yeah, honestly,
it worked for me quite a few times.
I don't know. I don't know why if I had bad luck or what, but every time I approach someone like nice and correctly, they want to take advantage of the situation.
Yeah, they do, but you just gotta be persistent,
and you gotta go in with a straight face. I mean,
come on, bro.
Straight motherfucking face. I mean,
I'm not over there giggling and shit. What the hell?
I could picture that too.
well, here's my other question to you though. Is that like, did you say, come on, let's step outside real quick, I need to talk to you, or you just say, let's go somewhere where I can hear you better?
Probably both. I probably use both.
Because if you said outside, you were fucked right off the bat.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because everybody knows the minute they go, hey, let's go talk outside. As soon as they walk you back in, they're out there.
See, and the thing is, that when I have done that, as soon as they're outside, all right, man, thank you very much. You got to go. Bye.
Yeah,
and go back inside.
And we've done that, and I've seen that happen. Yeah, and I've seen that work a lot of times, but at the same time, it only works 50% of the time. Or less.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you. Like, you don't specifically say outside. You just say, hey, let's go over here where we can talk a little better. You don't have to necessarily say outside, but just start. It's just to get you starting, going that general direction.
Okay, so now I got another thing for you guys. So when it doesn't go correctly and they say, don't touch me, right? Okay. When I push them or when I, move them, I have my palms towards me and I kind of just gently push them forward. And then they slap my hands down. Once they smack my hands down, I grab them. I grab them.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
no, because I'm not pushing them with my palms.
Yeah.
I'm just nudging them with the back of my hand. Just kind of hey, yo, you got to go, man. See, this has been too long. We have been standing here for the last 3 minutes or whatever. How long we were standing here for?
That 10 seconds, bro.
No, that's what I'm saying, dude.
And that's what I mean, dude. Like, I put my hands out to my sides and just started walking towards them.
Okay, there you go.
That's what I did.
That's what I did. That's what I do. Like if they do tell me don't touch me.
You guys were a little bit bigger than me. You know what I mean? I'm a good size, but I'm not that big. You know what I mean? I'm not as tall as you guys or anything like that, bro. No, I'm not. But I'm just saying you're a lot taller than me. You are,
bro.
I'm tall.
I gotta look up for you.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but I mean, yeah. When the moment they said don't touch me, I would be like, all right, just yeah, exactly. Just do this and start walking towards them, towards the door, and they you start like bumping into them, and I mean it's like, dude.
See, so how you guys do it? I've never had I've never had luck with that, bro. Because for one thing, I have been swung on before doing that kind of stuff.
That's
and I have been swung on before, so I don't do that no more. So I have my hands up to where I can stop any kind of punch coming towards me.
I don't understand that because I mean the way we're at, like if we were up like this and you see the motherfuckers acting like he's about to punch you, your hands are already up in the air, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like me, the moment I see that somebody's gonna swing on me after I do that, after I start bumping into them, like pushing them out. That's a different situation there.
Todo panza and chest, huh?
Like fucking big panzazo, like let them fucking start rolling down the road.
No, but this is what I'm saying though. So, like a lot of people don't understand the fact that look, I was being polite at first. You were being rude off the gate. The gate, you were being rude. So I gently nudge you. But then you smack my hands down. Once those hands get smacked down or you touch me any kind of way, I'm dropping you.
Yeah.
A lot of people get mad. Honestly, I'd probably go viral if we were in this age right now where everyone's recording everything.
Dude, I know, man.
Like, honestly, I think all of us would have been viral by now.
I do remember I once, you know, somebody tried recording me.
Oh, yeah.
And I more than a few, let's just say a few times.
I saw you do it twice.
Yeah. Let's just say a few times I've taken the phone away and smashed it against the wall and then stomped on it.
Stomped on it.
Like, dude, it's my phone now. This is my phone now. I told you not to record me. You chose to do it, so that phone is mine now.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't understand. This is a private establishment. This isn't what is it called? The public area. You got to pay to be in here. But once you are no longer allowed to be in here, once we are telling you have to leave.
There's rules.
Exactly.
There's rules inside the club. And you cannot record people doing their job. You could take photos as much as you want, videos of each other, of the patrons. I don't give a shit about that. You know, I've had people in the past like, oh, can I take a picture with you? A big motherfucker. Here, let me take a picture because I'm a short as fuck. Hey, okay. Because, that has happened to me because I'm a bigger guy than them.
Now, I got a question for you guys. So this has happened to me probably like 3 or 4 times now where we take them out, right? I hold them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're still upset, talking shit, whatever. And I hold them for a good 5-10 minutes until they calm down. And supposedly they calm down, right? And then they're like, oh, okay, I'm good. I dishandcuff them, right? And they fucking turn around and try acting up again, dude. Then it brings me to where I'm outside, and all you see is me putting someone to the ground again.
Yeah.
I'm saying, but the people don't fucking see what happened from the inside where we went all the way outside. I took off the handcuffs, and now you're getting aggressive after I took the handcuffs off.
See, but I mean, like those situations when that happened to me. It's like, dude, okay, I'm gonna take the handcuffs off. We're not gonna call the cops because to me, if we put somebody on handcuffs, it's because they're going to jail.
Yeah,
they're going to jail regardless of what the fuck they did. Somebody's trying to, if somebody's gonna write a police report, or if nobody is, I will.
Nah, dude, I handcuff people so quick, like just for the fact that because we have multiple people going at it. So I handcuff the one guy, and then I'll grab another guy that's smaller.
Yeah.
Where I can hold him easier. I usually handcuff the bigger guy. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
That works for me. That always worked for me. Where if I had 2 people at the same time, I'd handcuff the bigger guy and grab the smaller dude.
Yeah.
The smaller dude, I can grab him by the top of his head and kind of just shake him a little bit and let's go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because I mean, I've seen. Yeah, I've been in those situations where. Yeah, we take them out. We have to handcuff them because they're really rowdy.
Exactly.
They're throwing punches. So we handcuff them inside and then we take them out. And then maybe, like you said, 10, 15 minutes later, they calm down. And we're like, dude, do we need to call the police? Oh, no, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was my rule. If you're handcuffed, you're going to jail.
Nah.
Because they're to the point where, or scare the shit out of them at least.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That usually was scary. Hey, look, dude. If I fucking let go, like we'd always, I remember we'd tell people, we already called the police. You got to go.
Yeah.
That was a thing. I remember that was a thing. Do you guys remember this?
Well, I think it was more the boss man than anything, honestly.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? But that was a thing, though. Like, hey, the police was already called. Tell them to leave.
Yeah.
But sometimes it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? They would act up either. Because when I would just handcuff people, I would make sure they were good, dude. I'd fucking, hey, put your hand on top of your head, dude. I'm gonna take off this handcuff. Put your other hand on your head. All right. Put your hand on your head. All right. Now I'm going to just take off this handcuff. Once I take this handcuff off, you're good, dude. Just don't act up. And then they would fucking turn around and automatically just get into confrontation with me again, dude. Has this ever happened to you, Chewy?
I don't think I ever used my handcuffs enough, honestly.
Back when
I used my handcuffs back in the old
before I met you guys, we used the handcuffs a lot, because they got rowdy and we had to put them down and handcuff them. But that's the thing. I mean, you know, they're just you just gotta be careful. You just gotta be careful if you're gonna unhook them, because like you said, they could actually just throw punches right away as soon as you let one arm go. Or they could wait until both arms go, because you could grab him with that handcuff and fucking take him down easier if he's still handcuffed.
Oh, it's so much easier when they're still handcuffed.
Isn't there like a certain way the cops tell them to fucking take their handcuffs off?
The way I did it.
No, because I'm pretty sure I've heard
on the ground, fucking on his
No. Put your
back.
hand on your head.
Yeah,
and then once I take off this other handcuff, put the other hand on your head.
See, because I mean, I've had patrons. I'll call them patrons, where they're so fucking rowdy still, and we're trying to you know.
I don't unhook people when they're.
Dude, it's just we had like 3 or 4 people there, so we could actually take the handcuffs off, because they would get like, they're just really aggressive. I'm like, dude, why are we doing this right now? Let him
chill out.
Yeah. Chill out in the corner somewhere, or in the room, or if we had a room, just until he calms down. Because why the fuck are we gonna take the handcuffs off if he's that dumb?
Yeah, he's gonna just.
Because we're gonna end up having to hook him up again. You know, that's the thing. But I don't know. It's just shit that some people. I mean, I always tried to decide when to do that and when not to do that, but sometimes it was the wrong call, because they would just start throwing.
Shit, I almost feel like it would have been safer for you to do it like 2 people at a time. Well, I know it's not ideal, because we never had that opportunity. Yeah. We didn't always have that.
And if we see him calm down, if he's completely chill now, like, all right, let me take him off, but you got to go. You got to go as soon as I unhook you. And take the handcuffs off, because I'm not going to deal with your shit anymore.
Sometimes I feel bad because we just push people out and just walk back in and just let the door guys handle it.
Well, they didn't do much anyway. Shit.
Well, being a door guy, if you see somebody be taken out, it's for a reason.
Yeah.
Some idiot. I mean, I remember. I don't remember his name anymore. But as soon as we would take him out, they'll let him back in. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? There's a reason why we kicked him out.
That happened a lot.
You know, that's bullshit.
That pissed me off so much when we'd kick someone out and they would. The boss man would be out there and they did talk to him because they kind of knew him a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just because they knew his name a little bit. And he'd be like, oh, you know what? That's fine. Just take a couple minutes and you go back in.
No, it's bullshit, bro.
Yeah, I get that. Like, I think for him, it was a saving face kind of thing. You know, like he was a business owner. He was trying to be the cool one, keep people coming back and whatnot. But it was like, God damn.
But that's the thing, though. We had no personal vendetta against anybody. You got to go. You could come back next weekend,
right?
But you got to go.
You can come back tomorrow, but you're done for tonight.
You're done for tonight. You know, just go home. It's like that's what we told them. That's what we told me and Chewy. Remember that dude came back with the kitchen knives?
Yeah, fuck that.
That's what we told him. Go home. You're done for the night. You know. But he was so pissed off. He was so drunk out of his mind. Maybe high. Who cares? I don't know what the fuck was going on with him.
Yeah, I know I said it a couple of times, but that guy, dude, I've never seen anybody act that way.
Yeah.
Like it was like you weren't dealing with a human being. You were dealing with like a straight animal at that point.
Yeah, I mean, didn't think about his family. Didn't think about shit. He just thought that his ego got hurt because we kicked him out, and he didn't want to leave, or I don't know what he wanted to do.
Yeah, he was a lost cause though, and I mean, it does happen a lot where like even their friends can't talk sense into them.
Yeah,
you know?
You guys want to know something? And this might sound a little controversial.
What's that?
I was a little more patient with women when we'd kick them out.
I wasn't.
No, honestly. So when they'd be like, hey, yo, they got to go. So I'd approach them like, hey, yo, you guys have to leave. I do apologize, but you guys have to go. And then, you know, they were like, oh, why, this and that. I'm like, I don't know what you guys did, but you guys have to go.
Yeah, man, I know.
And then they'd sit there and try talking. But, like, I would just casually just kind of just step forward while I'm taking them to the door while they're talking, right?
Yeah.
But I was a lot more patient with that. The only reason why I was more patient with that, because most of the time, like, the girls are kind of small, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For them to actually get a good...
No, not all of them.
Not all of them.
Do you forget that you motherfuckers called me for the big girls every time?
No. So I say usually, all right? Usually they were smaller than us, all right? And I'm talking about height wise. I'm not talking about weight wise or any of that stuff. All right. I'm talking about height wise. All right. Most of the time, I don't think I've ever seen a girl as tall as us. Honestly, in there.
No, there was a few, but it's like they weren't really rowdy, so we never had to deal with them.
Yeah.
So like I was saying, I was a little bit more patient. I'm not gonna say a whole lot, but I was a little bit more patient with it, to where I would just keep talking to him while I was taking someone, like just gradually just taking them out. I don't know if that would have worked the same approach with dudes. Most of the time it didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just didn't work with them, because they just hold their ground, and then while I'm walking with them, they just kind of just hold their ground. They step back and kind of use their weight back towards me.
Yeah.
So it just always didn't kind of work. But most of the time with women, I would just kind of just keep walking towards them while we're talking, and then by the time they realized that we were at the door, I just kind of just turn around and walk away.
So the other thing is, when they're out, it's like, okay, some people do not understand. Some patrons do not understand. Once we escort somebody out and they're being rowdy still, we got to make sure that they don't hurt us and they don't hurt themselves. I mean, yeah, I've been in situations where I have to like grab this guy once he's outside with me, take him to the ground, because he's still rowdy. He's still trying to throw a punch at me. It's like, dude, you're done. Stop. Because you're gonna end up, the one that's gonna end up being hurt is you.
Yeah.
Not me. Believe me, I'm not the one's gonna be with a fucking headache or.
Yeah, and I think that right there, that's where everybody else sees, and they're like, oh shit, this dude's just like randomly beating the crap out of somebody for no reason.
Yeah, because I mean, and that's the thing. It hasn't happened to us, I guess, but I have heard in the news, locally. This guy here, he was at a club. They handcuffed him. He was handcuffed, dude. And they took him out. And what did this guy do? Picked him up and slammed him on the ground. Handcuffed.
Oh, man.
Fucking hit his, of course, hit his head and went into a coma, slipped into a coma. The fucking bastard of the bouncer fucking and took the handcuffs off and left them on the ground. Went into the club again. I think they dragged them into the alley and just left them there.
Shit.
It's like, dude, that there's a line you cannot cross.
Well, that's always been the unwritten rule, dude. I wouldn't say so much unwritten, but once they got those handcuffs on, dude, there's no reason for you to put hands on them. Unless you're like, of course, you're like walking them out, but like as far as like slamming them or like taking a shot at them, it's a fucking big no.
Yeah, and like for us, once we're there working, it's been a while that we've been working there, and then you get a new guy come in. Yeah. We could kind of figure out the character or the judgment that he's gonna do. That's why every time I saw somebody like that was like, oh, this guy's gonna go crazy and fucking try to beat up somebody after he's handcuffed or he's out cold. It's like, dude, we don't do that.
Yeah. I
tried telling everybody that. Like, we don't do that. Once he's handcuffed, he's done. We're done. If you want to fuck with him, orale, don't handcuff him. And then again, depending on what he did, I'm serious, bro. Depending on what he did, because if he fucking slapped the girl around and shit, or just did something so stupid that he wants to fight us, orale. I mean, hey, we'll be more than happy to help you with that. But I mean, then again, there's a line you can't cross, though. I've been like, we used to do that when I was younger, though. We used to try to handcuff somebody, and
I don't think I've ever like openly punched somebody like.
No, but I mean, like for example, me. I mean, see, my thing is when they were really rowdy and they were trying to handcuff somebody, I would put my knee on their head.
Yeah, I don't know about that, bro.
I always did that, bro. 300 plus pounds.
Exactly.
Right on his head.
Exactly.
Right away, he fucking went into like Jello shit,
Exactly.
Yeah,
he would limp up so quick.
Can you imagine if that dude had a fucking weak dome piece or something? You know what I
mean? Hey, why the fuck are you doing in the club?
Oh.
Why the fuck are you being rowdy? Why the fuck are you drinking? If he has something in his head that he can't be doing that, bro, it's like those guys. Oh, I had surgery in my back. What the fuck are you doing here? Go home and recover, then come over to the club. Stop picking fights if you have a bad back. I mean, I've had many times that had happened to me where I grab somebody in a full Nelson or just grab them from the back, put lock his arm up and behind. Oh, my back. I'm like, fuck you, man. Fuck your back. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, get out of here. You know?
You just did a whole 180 right there, bro. You were talking about how peaceful you were, and then you just fucking...
No.
Yeah,
Of
what
course.
the situation calls for.
Yeah, I mean,
No, exactly. That's what I mean, though. I always say this. We are only as aggressive as you are. If you're being cool, we're being cool.
of course.
Like, everyone has to understand that. Like we're not there just to be dicks. Like, sometimes it might seem that way because most of the time the people you're with or you in particular are being a dick.
Can you imagine, like, when we need to be very aggressive with somebody and their friends don't say shit, it's because they know that he's a motherfucker.
Yeah,
he's an asshole.
He fucked up, and they know it.
You know?
That's happened, but there's a lot.
Yeah.
So where their friends were just like, their friends actually apologized. My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that was the New Year's thing all over again. They all apologized, said we're going to take him home, and they fucking, got rid of him because they knew he was fucking up.
Big time, man. Big time. And he ended up being deported back to his country.
Back to the motherland.
Yeah. Hey. And we told, see, that's the thing. That dude had family, though. That's the thing that disappoints me, bro. Dude, you're there to have a good time, but don't fuck up to the point that you don't think about your family, bro. Everybody has a family. Everybody has a mom. Everybody has a dad. I mean, I don't know.
Man, I don't know about you guys, but I had a group of I don't want to say a group because they weren't really together, but I had several people that used to help us out a lot. They when some shit happened and we weren't there, they'd be the ones to be like, hey, it was this guy pointing people out.
Yeah.
And those people ended up that way because when shit hit the fan with them, I was actually cool with them. They were cool with like me saying, hey, you fucked up, it's time to go, and they respectfully got up and left.
Yeah.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is you kind of gain a favor. You gain a sort of rapport with a bouncer when you can admit your mistake and say, you know what, I'm out. You're right, I fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
And then in turn, you learn that, all right, this dude's pretty cool. So if some shit ever pops off, you can just be like, hey, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Because, I mean, there's very few that do that. Believe me, man, I would be happy when they're like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm out. Have a good night. I'll see you next weekend, bro. Sale.
It was always nice when people did that.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, man.
Hey, I don't want to change topic too much, but I was thinking about this on how like people act. Did you guys ever know that in Texas they have what they call a mutual combat?
No.
It's a law. Like you can come up to a police officer and tell them, we are gonna go into mutual combat, and the police officer will say okay, and you guys can actually fight.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's in Texas.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it like all the state of Texas or a certain county?
I think it's just all Texas.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
you might want to
mutual
look
combat.
that up.
No, yeah, I was watching a couple videos on it. There, I was just like, wait, I actually saw what's his name? I think it's Joe Rogan that was talking about it.
I've never heard about that.
Yeah,
I've never heard about that shit.
You know how many people would actually calm the fuck down?
Yeah.
Like, how many people would just be like, I don't want to do this?
This ain't worth it, yeah.
Yeah, is it really worth it? Like, because we can go talk to this police officer right now and tell him we're going to have mutual combat.
Yeah.
We'll not, go that low, but we've seen that at the club too, though.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
how many guys, I don't know about you guys, but how many guys have you seen trying to fight over a fucking stool for their girl?
Yeah.
Right? And then, they're ready to get all up in each other's faces for it. And then the minute you go, all right, well, here's what we're going to do. You're going to step out back. You guys can duke it out. One that loses gets the stool, and the other one's got to go home.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm not going to be there babysitting these fucking
always thought, the first time
fools.
I ever saw that, I thought that was the craziest thing ever in my life.
Well, because it puts it into perspective to them. You're really about to go to blows over a fucking stool.
Most of the time, they would say, no, I'm good.
Yeah,
never mind.
That's what I mean.
Very few times they're like, orale, let's go. I'm like, all right. I mean, cool,
Yeah, because most people come to their senses when they're like, all right, am I really about to go to blows over a fucking chair?
Yeah.
I've only seen it twice. Like, for me personally, I only seen
Oh,
it where we're just
shit.
like, hey, let's go outside, and they do it. Like, But most of the time when we took them outside, they're like, "Nah, I'm cool."
Yeah,
You guys are right. Like,
yeah,
always
once
like,
they're
I'm good.
once they're about to fight, once they're about to get into it, they're like, oh, you know what? No, never mind.
They're like, yeah, this
We're
is
good.
stupid. Let's just go back inside.
Yeah, I'm like, you could keep the damn stool.
Yeah,
Like, no can no.
yeah, because that was usually the response I got. Like they'd be like, "No, I'm ready. I'm ready."
Yeah.
You know, just fucking.
Oh yeah, because I mean, there's been times where Patreons would try to fucking fight the bouncers. Why? Whatever. And they're like, cool, all right, let's go.
Never a good reason.
Go in the back, and all of a sudden, the dude brings out his homies, and they're like, wait a minute, okay, well, all right, we'll take a bunch of bouncers out, and they're like, oh, wait a minute, oh wait, you thought I was just gonna be alone in the back?
Yeah.
Fuck you, man. And I've had that many times in the way in the back in the past when like the first and the second club, that was bad. That was like I would go. It was not a regular, but I would have it like maybe, I don't know, 3 times a year, I guess you could say.
I don't know if you remember. I know fucking Brandon remembers. Motherfuckers used to walk up to me and just want to fight me because of my size.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Fuck
And
yeah,
like,
man.
And they'd be talking to me cool, and then all of a sudden they'd be like, "Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna have to come back and just duke one out with you." Like, the fuck? I thought we were like, we were having a friendly conversation here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. I remember this guy at the second club I worked at. Big motherfucker. He had to like basically walk sideways to go into the front door.
God damn.
But this little short dude, he could walk underneath the tables, the high tables. That's how short he was. And this motherfucker, every time he got drunk, would go up to this dude and start picking a fight with him. It's like, come on, you and me, let's go. This big dude motherfucker just start laughing. Like, get the hell out of here, man. Just go, get out of here. Go get drunk somewhere else, man. Go to the other side of the club. Leave me alone. But oh yeah, he would challenge him every fucking weekend. Every time he got when he would show up, 2 or 3 in the morning, he would fucking be wasted. He would go up to him and start picking a fight with him.
Shit, did you ever get called out, Brandon?
Yeah. So I've only been probably in 3 actual fist fights in the 7-8 years I was a bouncer.
Oh, right on.
Like where I actually fought someone. Like where I fought back. Twice in the old spot and once in the new spot.
Shit,
I don't know.
No one ever actually got down with me. I don't know if you remember that.
Shit.
Like,
So you didn't throw hands with people when the whole thing popped off too?
no, when they.
Well, yeah.
Nobody ever ever had I don't want to sound. I don't want to boost my ego here, but they would say shit like that to me, but it never came to pass. Like they never actually came back and were like, "Yeah, let's do this."
Fucking wasted, man. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
I thought one time you were with me when it happened. It was Debo, the dude that always stand by the boss's door.
Yeah.
And we were escorting the dude out in the back, which was kind of ironic. We were going through the back, and it was funny because we had the section blocked off.
Yeah.
And we went through, we'd have it like all those big old curtains right there.
Yeah.
So we took him out to the back. I thought you were there. I don't know why I thought you were there. I could have swore you were there because it was like 5 of us. And we take him out, and he said, "You know what? Like you're being too aggressive," or like he was telling me, and I wasn't even the one that had him, right? And then it was just like he wanted to fight, so I ended up fighting him. But I thought I could have swore you were there. Also, I could have swore you were there.
Maybe, I don't know.
It lasted all of 5 seconds.
Shit.
I think he was too drunk for his own good. He swung on me 2 times. I hit him maybe once or twice, and he fell. It was fast. It was just real quick. It was just kind of the most dumbest thing I've ever been in. But he fought me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He tried it. He tried his best. You know what I mean? He wasn't all that big either. He was probably maybe he came up to my chin. I don't know.
Oh shit!
He wasn't that big. But other than that, I think that was the only memorable one. And the other one where we were inside. All of us were inside, and they were just, it was too hectic.
Oh.
And I don't know. I when that happened, I'm pretty sure you guys were probably too busy to even notice that I was actually hitting someone back.
Maybe, I don't know.
Like I said, nobody ever actually had the balls to call me out on it. There was that one guy I think you were there for, the one that threw the last of his beer at my feet. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was about as far as it ever went with me.
No, then the guy that took off his belt in the middle of the street, smacking the ground, saying, "Come on."
Yeah, but we didn't really get into that one because the
Bro.
cops rolled by.
Stuff like that. Back in the first club, because there was a lot of fuckers like that. They had those big ass belt buckles.
Yeah.
The only thing I would do is when they started swinging, it just ram right into them. Just go right after him.
No, but he was in the middle of the street. He was already off the property.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, okay.
No, so he was, dude, he was crying and pleading for us not to kick him out. And then as soon as we push him off to the off the property,
Yeah.
he turned around and just he did a complete 180. He went from crying to just talking so much shit to Chewy,
Yeah.
come here, motherfucker, I'm gonna fuck you up. And then he took off his belt, and it was the most funniest thing ever because he started smacking it on the floor.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh,
I think he's gonna give Chewy pow pow right now because
hell no, man. No, I've had people like that. Like they just take their big ass fucking belt buckles though. They start swinging them. What we would do is just start fucking running right after them. Just slam them against the ground, just to take them even take the belt buckle away. It's like, here, go home without fucking belt. Because your pants are gonna fall off now because you're gonna have a belt on.
That's a hell of a deterrent right there, dude. You can't fight if you got to keep holding your pants up.
But yeah, that would. I did that more than a few times.
That newer generation would probably disagree with you on that. You ever seen how the newer generation fights holding up their pants?
Yeah,
That's
I know.
funny.
Start running, the fucking pants fall off and shit. But no, man. No, that's something that's something that is like
That's a whole different thing right there. Huh?
Yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Speaking of holding up your pants, dude, I can never forget friggin' Doorman 1 doing that shit. Remember?
Oh, when he picked up the pants, or
yeah, when you fucking walk up behind the motherfuckers that wouldn't hike their pants up, and you just fucking give them the gnarliest
just hike them up.
wedgie.
Yeah, it was funny.
Oh,
I can give him a wedgie, man.
I thought it was good. I thought I saw you do it once.
No, hell no, I'm not doing that shit. That was all Doorman 1, dude.
I could have sworn I thought I saw you do it once. No. Your thing was the hat thing.
Yeah, that was.
You would just randomly walk, not randomly, but you'd walk up to people
and just take
it off. You wouldn't even say anything. You just take it off.
Yeah.
And they turn around pretty hot, pretty mad too, and then they look, see it's Chewy, and they're like, oh, okay, my bad.
Well, it's not like I would take it or anything. I just take it off my head and fucking hand it to him, and then that was that. But
nah, but I mean, that's the thing though. I mean, you got to figure out, back to what we were talking about earlier. It's like, all right, if you gotta take somebody out, take them out the most nicest way possible. Don't hurt yourself. Mainly the bouncer. I'm talking about the bouncer. Don't hurt yourself, because some of these motherfuckers just all of a sudden just start swinging and shit, and you don't even expect that sometimes.
Yeah, I know it's hard to keep your temper down in the middle of some shit, but the fucking headache ain't worth it, man.
Yeah.
It's always better to just try to restrain them as much as you can without using any actual physical force. Without using your fists, I should say.
Notify once he's out, notify the bouncer that okay, so such and such is out. Don't let him in anymore. And if they come in with bracelets, take off the bracelet. I mean, it's not worth your time. And I'm talking to the bouncers here. It's not worth your time. Get into trouble. I guess I get it. The temper starts going. You fucking want to choke this motherfucker out or throw him on the ground and shit. Just stomp him sometimes. But you need to control that, Save that energy for the other patron that's going to have to be kicked out.
No, on the other side of that, you gotta realize that that's what they want. That's why they do what they do and try to get a rise out of you.
I mean, you have, like me, I had a family to go back to after work. I had you got to think about that. Don't let your anger go, because, I mean, you got to be mellow. You got to be in control of yourself at any moment when you're working at a club.
Yeah. Basically,
because you're going to fuck up and then you're going to end up in jail trying to do your job. And that ain't worth it. Believe me, 22 years of work doing this bullshit. I mean, I've seen people get in trouble because of their temper. I mean, you need to control that temper. I get it. I always tell myself, I always tell everybody, oh, what do you think? Where do you think I go? Where else can you go to beat up somebody and not get in trouble? But dude, there's a line that you can't cross though.
Yeah.
There's always that line you cannot cross. If they're handcuffed, you're done. If they swing at you, just try to control the situation. Don't hurt them, because then, like I said, you're facing lawsuits. You're facing all this bullshit nowadays. Because back in the day, it was.
Well, Popeye said it best. He said, "We gently take him to the ground, but gently."
Yeah, I mean,
we gently took him to the ground.
The best, safest way possible. We try, like I said, like I always neutralize the situation. That's what I've always said, But I mean, yeah. I mean,
one time, oh man, I got so mad speaking on this. So dude hit me with his elbow, and then I wrapped him up, and I was taking him out, and this was in the newer spot, and I've talked about this. I ended up, he tried getting loose, and he like dropped out to the bar, and then I had to take him to the ground, right? Long story short, because I spoke on this before, Chewy and Popeye helped me out, and afterwards, I don't know if I really got to deal with this. So, like the boss man had his did we say his brother? Right, we said his brother, right? His brother was his kind of his right hand man.
Yeah.
And he told me
we should call him for Droopy.
I don't think we ever had a name for him.
Oh, we should call him Droopy because he's always weird looking, no?
Yeah.
But he told me, he said, "You were being too aggressive, man." And then I was just
he said that?
Yeah, he told me that to my face, and I was like,
he would say that shit to Brandon and me like constantly.
Yeah, no, but that was like, I think that was like one of the most annoying things ever, though, because the way he told me was like, man, you had to be, you shouldn't have done. He said you shouldn't have done that. You were too. He told me like that. You shouldn't have done that. You were being too aggressive. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, first of all, I was like, you didn't see what happened prior to that. He hit me before that happened. I was trying to take him out. Then he started flailing, so I took him to the ground. I was like, you can't tell me that I was being too aggressive.
Yeah.
And then that's when the boss man stepped in, hey, what's going on? And I was like, hey, look, dude, he's saying I was being too aggressive. Then he actually said, yeah, I think you were being a little too aggressive. I was like, what? I was like, you guys are both smoking fucking crack, because I was not being aggressive at all.
I've encountered that situation myself with both of them. I'll just tell them to go fuck off. Basically. Or I would like say, okay, all right, whatever, and then walk away. I mean, it's like, dude, you're not there. You're not the one fucking grabbing people and taking them out, escorting them out, basically. You're not there. You don't know how much fight he was giving me.
Yeah, well, that was always our thing. It's like, unless you were right there, right next to me dealing with that shit, and you saw what happened, you ain't got no right to say
They just see us fucking shaking like baby. What do you call that? Baby shaking syndrome.
Manhandling.
Basically. I mean, they just see that, but they don't know what happened. They don't know how much fight. Like that dude. Remember, Chewy, that guy that we were kicking out, and he was just squeamish. He was just fucking moving around. You had him from one side, I had him from the other, and by the radio, on the radio.
Oh yeah.
He's like, hey, calm down, man, calm down.
Like the fuck, and we weren't even doing nothing. We were just literally walking the dude out,
picking this motherfucker up because he didn't want to leave. We picked him up.
So, also had one arm, like we literally were grabbing him by like close, basically the armpit at this point.
Yeah,
and we literally hoisted him up because he didn't want to walk. So we hoisted him up and walked him out.
But just went limp.
But
No, his legs were just hanging, but
he was moving though. He was trying to fucking make us like, yeah. He was just trying to still fight. So we were like,
he
grabbing onto him.
You guys work for those $60, huh?
Yeah, basically. We're not even gonna talk about fucking salary shit like that, man. Every bouncer knows that we don't
do this shit for the pay.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah. And then on the radio, he's like, "Oh, calm down, guys, calm down."
Yeah. No, he said easy.
Yeah, easy, guys, like,
easy.
I'm like,
we were like, the fuck?
He's fighting with us. He still want to like make us drop him and shit just to get away from us. It's like, no, you're leaving. You're gone. But he's over here. Oh no, easy, guys, easy. I'm like, fuck, bro. It's like, shut up. It's like you don't know what we got to deal with. You don't know,
You don't know what led to this point.
And how much fight he's still giving us. Trying to let us let him go. It's Like, hell no,
Hey,
man.
why didn't we do that? Like in the middle of some shit, be like, why don't you step in here and then tell me to take it easy once
Yeah,
you see what it's
grab your
like.
brother and both of you take him out. See if you guys can.
We only did that with the bald headed dude. Remember?
Yeah.
I wish we should have did it with the boss one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you want to talk shit, come in here and try to deal with this and see how you do.
All right.
Let's try it your way, but you got to be the one doing it.
All right. So let's do a story real quick. Just to show you how okay, I'm gonna say how violent I was before.
Hey,
Back when I started. But then again, you got to keep in mind I was 19 years old. I wasn't even old enough yet to be bouncing, right? Because legally you got to be 21.
Oh, you got to be able to handle, like, be around alcohol, right?
Yeah. So, okay, I was still 19. My first fucking job, my first club that I worked at. So I was like, oh, God, I like this type of job. I'm going to become a security guard plus being a bouncer. That's going to be my lifelong career. Why not? So, I'm working at the club, my first club. Keep in mind, I'm 19 years old. Just started working as a bouncer. But anyways, I also had a job as a security guard. And my first gig at the security job was taking care of a gas station at night.
Forget that.
But basically, I'm like, oh, cool. I'll I got to call in every hour or every half hour to the base, making sure whatever my code name was, I would call it out, like everything's good. And anyways, I don't know, like 3 weeks had gone by, fucking dead every night. Nothing had happened, and I was getting too confident. I was getting too cocky. I'm like, all right, nothing's gonna happen. Instead of being at the store, inside the grocery store or gas station, I would be in my car. I would park my car right close to the entrance, the nearest parking spot to the door. And I would just stay in my car now. I'm like, nothing's going to happen. And a few weeks went by. So basically, this little Honda, I'm talking about mid-90s now. Back in the 90s, mid-90s, this little Honda was just going around in circles, going around the block. And what I didn't realize was that he was scoping out the store. Just checking out to see if the cashier guy was there, who was this guy in the car, everything, But then again, I would have my backrest, like almost like basically laying down. So, hey, nothing's gonna happen. Fuck it. So all of a sudden, I wasn't asleep. I wouldn't fall asleep because that was, I had to stay awake regardless. So all of a sudden, this little Honda, 4-door Honda creeps up to the front door. And I saw this guy just walk in nonchalant into the store. So I guess the cashier guy was stocking the back room, where the fridges are, So I'm like, all right. All of a sudden, when I saw him walk in, I'm like, all right, let me get out of my car and go into the store because, who knows? These teenagers, bro.
Yeah.
These little shits were teenagers. I'm like me. I was huge. I was fucking big, but I'm still a teenager back then. I was about to get out of my car, and all of a sudden this motherfucker comes out with 2 fucking cases of beer. Because they have, gas stations have the big
the piles on the side.
Yeah.
By the door.
And he had 2 fucking cases of Bud Light. I still remember that shit. Bud Light running out the door, and that's when I was already out of my car, closing my door when I saw him run. So I'm like, oh hell no! I went after him, right? And the first thing I did was pull out my little expandable baton, right?
Yeah.
I took it out, and he was fast though. I give him credit though. He was fucking like a fucking jackrabbit. He jumped into the fucking car, and that's when they took off. I was able to fucking make a dent in the back door, right? This car was fucking unique. The color, it was like a pastel green color Honda Civic 4-door. All right, they didn't check the license plates or anything. I'm like, God damn it, he got away with it. He did get away with it. I wasn't realizing what was going on. And I'm like, oh shit, all right. I didn't even, the thing is, when I walked in to the store after he got away, the guy, I noticed that the cashier guy was, and that's when I noticed that the cashier guy was in the back. That's why the little teenager had the balls to grab the 2 cases. And let me see what happened. Oh yeah, I fixed up the big huge block of beer that I was down that the kid took it from.
Yeah.
So they didn't even notice. So I yelled out for the cashier guy. Oh, I'm in the back. And I'm like, all right, hey, no worry about it. And during that time, that fucking little bell that rings every time you open the door was not working. So he didn't even notice that somebody was in there.
Shit.
So, all right, I didn't say a word, didn't call it in, nothing happened. You know, I didn't get in trouble. Nobody noticed that somebody fucking took those 2 cases of beer. Anyways, that was it. You know, he got away with it. But the first club I was working at, I don't know if I ever told you guys, the door was in the back. The door was in the back. So basically, you would have to go around the building to go park first and then walk into the club. Well, sometimes it would get so fucking busy that there was the line, there's back bumper to bumper going into the parking lot, going around the building to go park. And because people were getting off at the door and there's too many people in the parking lot trying to park and everything. So there was traffic jam in the parking lot. Well, lo and behold, I was there at the door. You know, that was one of my biggest things to do. I wanted to be at the door most of the time. Guess who I see? This fucking little green pastel green Hyundai 4-door Civic, Honda. Yeah, it was a Honda. Coming around, and the dent was there that I did with the baton. So as soon as I saw that, something inside my mind lit up.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, these, you know, it was the same kid, the same fucking kid that was driving that fucking car was the one that was at the store. That happened. This must have been like a couple of weeks later, though. You know, 2 weeks have gone by after they did that. After they fucking.
They stole the beer?
Yeah. So it was traffic. It was bumper to bumper. They couldn't go nowhere. So what I did as soon as I saw the car was get close to him. You know, and then I'm like, hey, dude, you forgot something. That's all I did. I had my baton in my hand. No, not my baton. My flashlight. Back in the 90s, those fucking D batteries.
Oh, dude, like the big cat one.
Yeah, big, huge fucking flashlights that I would carry. The one that would have to have like 8 or fucking big ass, long ass fucking flashlight.
Yeah,
so
damn,
I went up to him and he smiled, right? Didn't fucking even recognize me.
Well, he didn't really see you though, right? Because you were
really.
in the car.
Yeah. And he smiled and I told him, hey, you forgot something. And I started breaking all of his windows with the flashlight.
Shit.
Just started going at it. Just broke his fucking windshield, his back window.
That's some real aggression there, buddy.
Oh, bro. It's like, you know, I can't really say what was that back then. But the only thing I remember him telling me, and I didn't give a shit what if he had a gun? What if he had a knife? Back then, I didn't give a shit.
Yeah,
you know.
Teenage years, bro. You think you're invincible.
Yeah. Luckily, he didn't have anything. Luckily, he didn't have anything. The only thing he was doing is crying. He started crying because he was saying that that was his mom's car. That was his mom's car. It's not my car. It's like, bro, you chose a wrong car to go fucking rob some beer with, you know? But yeah, broke his windshield, broke his back window because it was a 4-door. Then I worked on his back window. And that's when he said, oh, it's my mom's car. Well, you know, what are you doing? It's my mom's car.
Yeah.
He couldn't go nowhere because the car's in the back, car's in the front. So then I started kicking in the doors. Like, you know, with my foot, kicking in the body. You know, sinking his doors in. And, oh, dude, I did a number on this fucking car.
That's fucked up. I mean, I get maybe one window, but shit, how much is 2 cases of beer?
Hey,
not as much as a window.
I feel that I made his choice. I mean, he made up his mind never to steal anything from nowhere ever again. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but I mean, if he didn't recognize you, was it really?
No, I told him. I told him that never ever steal beer from any grocery gas station ever again. But I mean, like I said, I was 19. I was young. I was stupid. I mean, I was barely starting my career. But I mean, I feel like all that type of anger. And there's quite a few more stories like that.
I don't doubt it.
But I mean, yeah. I mean,
shit, I was pretty chill, I think.
No, I was pretty wild too. I'm not gonna lie. Hey guys, so while you were talking about your story right there,
yeah.
I had to look this up real fast because I didn't want to just say nonsense. Mutual combat is legal in Texas, but both parties have to agree. Mutual combat is legal in Texas. Something that might come to a surprise to many people. It's true. According to Penal Code 2206. If two parties agree to a physical fight, then they are allowed to get handsy.
That's a fucking old Western thing, dude. That has not been revised. I don't know. I've never heard that about. I never heard about that.
Since 1988, and both Texas and Washington are the only two states. The only two states.
Oh shit! Holy crap! I've never heard about that.
Yeah, I just found this out. I was like, man, that's kind of cool, honestly.
For like, well, fuck, if you want to challenge a cop, damn, all right, let's do this then.
No, so I think it's only civilians.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's only a civilian thing. I don't think you can just be like, hey, yo, mutual combat, me and you, buddy. to a police
trying to
officer.
Give me a ticket, that's it. Mutual combat.
Like a bouncer then. You could challenge any bouncer there then.
Maybe. Is there any listeners from Texas?
Bro, okay.
You can challenge any bouncer regardless.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Anyone challenges us all the time.
Dude, I remember this one time I went to Vegas. Because Reno. Yeah, because the clubs, the clubs I go to are not. I mean, I know the price that you got to pay to go in.
Yeah.
Depending on the band, right? So, with this one time I went to Vegas, there was this Banda El Recodo, I think it was playing, big band. It was all right. And I told him, hey, what's the cover? I was with a friend of mine. Me and her, we were just, we went to go a weekend on Vegas, right? Mm. So I was like, hey, how much is the cover? And it was a fucking outrageous price. But I guess that's just the going rate on, the going rate in Vegas, though. I mean, but
like $100 per person.
Yeah, I mean something that we would pay $50 for, they were charging $100 for. I mean, basically the double price. I'm like, holy fuck, that's a lot of fucking cash just for just the weekend shit. But then again, I mean, I know how we could get rowdy if somebody starts complaining about the prices. So it's like, dude, see you. I can't remember anymore if I actually did. If I actually
paid it.
Well, no. Talk shit to the bouncers because of the price. I can't remember anymore. I think I did, but the first thing I did was like, you know what? Let's get out of here because anybody talks shit at the club I used to work at, I would fucking start doing shit too. Anyways. All right, this is our episode here. Hope you liked it. Hope you stayed listening to everything.
Yeah, stay listening to our rants and rambles.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, we got a lot of shit to talk about. It's just unfortunately, to the normal ear,
it all sounds the same.
It all sounds the same. Yeah, but I mean, it's every situation has been different all the time. Different situations, different people. Different outcomes, but I mean, we'll keep digging up. We'll keep digging in, trying to remember these stories for you could tell you guys, tell all our listeners, because I mean, something interesting, keep you guys and gals, like we'll teach you etiquette.
You go.
We'll try to tell you guys what to do, what not to do at the clubs, because. We're looking out for every bouncer out there because, I mean, you might see us just kicking back, relaxing, talking to girls, but not really. It's not all that. It's not easy. It's not easy at all.
No, it's not.
But yeah. So, goddamn, what is our email?
Shit, I don't remember it.
Yeah, you better start writing that thing down.
Oh god damn!
But thank you anyways for listening, guys.
Yeah, thanks for listening, and hope you liked it. And we'll be doing more episodes here, or more often, I should say. So, all right, man. I am your co-host, El Oso.
It's Big Chewy saying goodbye and good night.
It's your boy Brandon. Have a good night.
They can bring the Canada.